night before Harvey hit our family, we had all gathered for the Mayweather fight. Family had come in. We had known that our house hadn't flooded for 25 years in the time that we had lived there. So everybody felt safe. They came to the house, we popped popcorn, we ate, we enjoyed the fight, we stayed up late. Everybody saw it had started raining that night, so they said, oh, we'll just stay over since we know we're pretty safe here and unlikely to be flooded. Well, the next morning we woke up and one of my sons went to go and get the newspaper, and as he stepped out of the door, there was water. And he came upstairs and he said, Mom, we have water downstairs. And the whole ground was covered with a film of water, but it was coming in pretty fast. At that time, I turned into, I think, General Sonny, because I started giving orders to everybody of moving certain things upstairs, of cooking up the food, of pulling the microwave out of the wall so that we could carry it upstairs in the event downstairs was flooded. We emptied out the refrigerator. We cooked up all the eggs, all the breakfast meats, and as a result, we realized that once the water got to the level of the plugs, that there could be an electric current that would go through the water. So that was our indicator that, okay, at that point, we need to get out. Well, it actually exceeded that, and there was no electric current, but it was coming in relatively fast. We watched that water come in from the second level, looking down, and it was traumatizing to a certain degree because we felt as though, okay, this is a phenomenon. We're not going to get that much water. It should be okay. But the water kept rising until it got to 5 feet. And by that time, we were like, what is going on? The electricity was still on in the house. The TVs were still working. We were still able to hear the weather reports. And all of a sudden, as time passed, we saw boats coming through the neighborhood, picking up neighbors. And we didn't think much of it. We did jump on the phone and start calling the insurance people because all 5 cars had been flooded. I made a call to FEMA. Some of the regular things I knew to do from my relatives who had been caught in Katrina, who actually moved with my mom during that aftermath. But the reality was, when we heard the news about the reservoirs being released, and with the reservoirs being released, there was a concern that we could get even more water and be trapped. At that indication, then we all packed garbage bags and put certain things, like I think I had a Bible, my cell phone, a pair of underwear, and a toothbrush. And because we knew we had to travel light, the airboats were very small, and they were picking up as many as 8 to 10 people. So with that, I climbed out of a second-story window, and bruised, scratched myself up a little bit. My husband, however, could not go through the window because he had a pacemaker and because of his health condition. So he actually walked through 5 feet of water, going to the airboat and then trying to get in. There was a concern because as they pulled him into the boat, they were pulling the side where the pacemaker was. We got in with our neighbors and we made it out, but by the grace of God.